WCCO News starts now with breaking news.
Good morning, I'm Reg Chapman. We are following some breaking news right now. We're getting reports of a shooting that may involve an ICE agent not far from downtown Minneapolis. We are learning that crowds are growing near 27th and Nicollet Avenue. That is where we're hearing reports of shots fired and a person down at the hands of an ICE agent. Our Frankie Mellister was one of the first reporters on the scene. He and photojournalist Ray Campos have video from someone who was there. Looks like it's a very chaotic scene there near 27th and Nicollet Avenue. Video. I want you to warn our viewers that you may hear some profanities as this crowd is growing. And we're told it's a very chaotic scene. We can see members of the Hennepin County Sheriff's Department is there, as well as what appears to be ICE agents. This happened near, we think, 27th and Nicollet Avenues in front of the Good Grocer. Crowds are very hostile this time. We are hearing from Minneapolis police. They're asking people to stay away from that area if at all possible. They want people to remain calm and while this investigation is ongoing. Right now, we do not know the condition of the person who allegedly was shot. We're being told by people at the scene that this person was shot by an ICE agent. These large crowds of protesters are showing up. We're hearing a lot of profanity, so once again, we do apologize to our viewers if you hear any of that. The crowds are growing outside of the Good Grocer that's near 27th and Nicollet Avenues. Like I said, this was video that was taken from the scene by a bystander that was given to our photojournalist, Ray Campos. And right now you're looking at live videos, what is unfolding right now outside of the Good Grocer. We did hear earlier of someone who works there wanting to go inside the grocery store to check on their people, and they're not being allowed inside by ICE. Frankie Mellister, our reporter, is one of the first reporters there on the scene. He joins us now live. Frankie, what are you seeing and what do you know?
Yeah, hi there, Reg. Exactly what you said. We had heard about this incident, so we came over here, and I'm actually going to step out of the frame so Ray, our photojournalist, can show you what's going on. I'm going to also try and speak as loud as possible. Keep in mind there might be some profane words as I walk you through what we pulled up to. So we're here at Nicollet and 27th Avenue. This is the south side of the scene where agents and also I've noticed Hennepin County police officers have blocked off the block. You are looking north right now towards 26th Street, and you can see agents right there. I'm going to read the type of agents we're seeing. We're seeing an agent that says Federal Office of Bureau of Prison. We're seeing HSI. We're also seeing a BCA special agent. And now, if you can still hear me now, we can see also some Border Patrol. So there's a huge group here. Ray, let's kind of walk over here to show there's also some more agents that have been staging to come in as this area gets a little more crowded, a little more intense. We know as social media works, the videos go in big circles and more people find out and they start to figure out what is going on in the location. So Ray's going to show you. Now you're looking east. We're on East 27th Street at Nicollet. You're looking right there towards South 1st Avenue East, so you can see some are kind of on standby right here. These vehicles that these agents are standing next to are actually Hennepin County sheriffs. We don't know much more information about what happened. That's what we're working to find out. I just asked a bystander who said that they were here shortly after the incident happened. They said that what they found out is when they shortly heard about it, they arrived and they witnessed an individual trying to resuscitate another individual. Again, we don't have many details, and that's honestly all I'm able to provide other than this video that has been circulating online. There's been some folks that live nearby. They heard about it. They said that they came out here to show their support for the community, and a lot of the people, most everyone I've witnessed here is saying that they are against the authorities right here, and we'll show you that line of what it looks like right there. So since we got here also, Reg, they've moved this line back a little further and further. Again, these agents are from different divisions of the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. We have Federal Office, U.S. Border Patrol right there. We have It seems like another agent from HSI, all these divisions. So as we know, back right before Renee Good died, Secretary Noem said about 2,000 agents were going to be deployed here. Just the other day, WCCO asked Border Patrol Commander Bovino how many agents remain in the city. He said thousands. He said he wouldn't say the exact number, but we do know from his point of view there remain thousands right here in the city. So again, if you're just now joining us, a scene unfolding right here at Nicollet Avenue and 27th in Minneapolis, kind of in the Whittier neighborhood. They have started to block off more and more streets as the scene unfolds. Ray, let's kind of take the viewers backtrack and show them as if we're walking up to the scene, because there's more. Thank you. There's more people that are starting to show up as this video circulates. Again, I'm going to try and chat as loud as I can. It's getting louder. It's getting more intense. We've been covering these things for a little bit now, and as we know, they kind of unfold very quickly and move very dynamically. So we have started to see some of the agents right here. So we're on Nicollet. So let's kind of take the viewers. We'll turn around right here and show a little of the back side. I'll step out of the frame here, Ray. But you can see some of the agents right there, or you can't see them. You can see the bystanders, but they are all facing agents. You're looking north right here on Nicollet. And that police line where the incident occurred, what we're told, has been moving back more and more and more. So we have some bystanders over here. Maybe we can see if one of them will chat with us, Reg, and just see what brought them out here. How are you, ma'am?
I don't talk to press.
Okay, no worries. I'm just wondering, I'm Frankie with WCCO, if anybody wouldn't mind telling me what you heard, what you know that is going on here.
I got here a little later, but I don't think I observed anything that anyone else didn't observe.
What did you hear about? What did you observe?
I just heard from a friend on a text message that someone was shot here. That's all I heard.
And you live nearby?
Yeah, I live a few blocks
What
away.
made you want to get up off your couch and come out here?
I think knowing that everybody was gathering here, that, besides just doing something about it, I can't really say much else. Making sure everyone stays safe as well. Yeah. And just, I know safety works better in numbers a lot of the time with these things. So.
And kind of, if you don't mind just describing the environment for our viewers, what it kind of looks like out here right now and feels like in the air.
It just feels scary. A lot of people are at their wits' end and just want ice to leave.
Thank you for your time, man. Stay safe, okay? I appreciate your time and your point of view. Reg, I'm going to toss it back to you while maybe me and Ray try and give another side view. And let me know if there's anything you think that could help that I need to clarify, too.
Thank you, Frankie Melissa. On the ground there at 26 and Nicollet, we are hearing from the city of Minneapolis that says they are aware of a report of another shooting involving federal law enforcement in the area of 26th Street West and Nicollet Avenue. We are working to confirm additional details. We ask the public to remain calm and enforcement and to avoid the area at all possible. But actually, people are going to that scene. It's a very chaotic scene, as you saw there with Frankie Mellister, who was live there at 27th and Nicollet. We're told the shooting happened near or in front of the Good Grocery store there in that area. Here's video there from the scene earlier. As you see, the federal agents are setting up a perimeter there where this alleged shooting took place, right in front of the Good Grocer there near 27th and Nicollet Avenues. You could hear the video. We've turned down the video because of a lot of profanity that was going on, but a lot of the protesters, bystanders there, were sounding their whistles and yelling at the federal agents. One protester could be shouting, "Your parents have you, hate you, everyone in your life hates you." It's a very chaotic scene. The crowd is very hostile, but the city of Minneapolis is asking people to avoid that area. There's an area of containment there with the yellow tape. We're seeing that federal officials are pushing people back while they investigate what is happening. Minneapolis police is also on the scene trying to figure out exactly what is going on there. But right now, there are crowds of people Reminder that officials have been calling for a peaceful protest since this Operation Metro Surge has been happening. They want people to remain peaceful. They want people to exercise their First Amendment rights, but to do so in a peaceful manner. Once again, if you're just joining us, there has been a shooting near 27th and Nicollet Avenue. We're hearing from Governor Walz, also tweeted that he is hearing that there's been another shooting by a federal officer there in that area not far from downtown near 27th and Nicollet. Now remember, all this is unfolding a day after thousands of people came to downtown and other areas in protest of ICE out. They were all speaking with their voices saying they do not want ICE in Minnesota, and thousands, tens of thousands of people showed up here in the city of Minneapolis, especially the march that was from the Commons near U.S. Bank Stadium that traveled all the way down to Target Center and had a rally there with thousands of people. They packed Target Center there in opposition of ICE in our community.